Hi, Sherry. How are you? Trying to get things set up here and then we will get started. Happy Friday. There we are. Okay. Good. I'm glad you're good. That's awesome. It's a great way to start the weekend. Hopefully, you get some scrapping time this weekend too. Fingers crossed. Shouldn't say scrapping, I should say creating, but I guess I call my card making scrapping too, so we'll see how that works. Alrighty. It is 9:01, so we're gonna get started here. There is a prize tonight with the demo. You can comment as often as you like, anything about the collection that we're going to work with, and then with 49 and Market or any other scrapping company brand that we all use. What are your favorite elements? Is it the enamels or your must-haves? Um, is it the enamels? Is it the shapes, whether they're sticker or not? Is it the ephemera pack, the solids, the collection pack? And then what projects do you normally do with this? Page layouts, mini books, cards. Um, just I'm curious to know because I'm finding I'm doing everything with these. Some collections more than others, but just wondering if I'm the oddball out here or not. So, prize for tonight is a little tray. It's like a pin tray, but I'm going to show you how I use it for the scraps for my scraps and to keep my little embellishments and things, my odds and ends, especially the pieces that I often lose out of when I'm punching them out of here. So this will be included in with your purchase, or if you make a purchase this weekend. Um, all right, so uh, I plan to do, hopefully, fingers crossed, because I don't want to spend the entire evening. I could, but we'll save that for a crop. Plan to do some borders or a border with a page layout, and then some or a card or two, depending on what my scrap stash is looking like. And you can see, here's my tray that I just keep here, and I will put any scraps that I create. I'll put in this tray, and then that's what I'll use for my for the cards, or if I'm doing tags or gift tags, gift bags, anything like that, we'll do them. Um, I did these out of the ochre and charcoal collection, again using scraps. I have not yet put them on a page, but that's on the list of things to do, just to give you an idea of things that can be done with the leftovers, the leftover pieces, and so forth. So we might not do this exactly, but we're going to do something similar on a page layout. Um, so I've got bits and pieces. I did have to open a new collection. Actually, I had already opened this paper collection. I used 2 sheets out of it, I think. Um, so I have my full paper pack here minus 1 or 2 sheets, and then I have what is left of this, the solids pack also. So I find myself purchasing both the collection kit and the solids because there's only a single sheet of each of the decorative sheets here. So I find myself doing a little bit more with that. That said, tonight I'm going to use one of the decorative sheets as my base, and then use a solid and some another scrap that I had for elements, and I've got those set aside here. The other thing I wanted to share, and you guys can all laugh, some of you know that I do vintage dishes, and it's the vintage part of my business. And so this is a piece of glass bake. It's like Pyrex, but it's a divided baker. So in the good old days, hi Bev, you would have been able to do two separate dishes. I remember my grandmother doing, she'd put, because we all like different things, you know, she was a kind woman. Instead of making us eat whatever she put out, she tried to do different things for us. So a dish like this, different pattern, but a dish like this, which I still have, she would do boiled potatoes, regular white potatoes on one side, and then she'd do um, yams or sweet potatoes, boiled sweet potatoes on the other side. And that would be, she'd prepare them first, put them here, and then put them in the oven. She would probably be mortified if she'd laugh. That's what she would do. If she knew that I was using this dish to put my odds and ends in. But if you were over in my group for the demo yesterday, with Summer Porch, you saw how things can just kind of fly when you're pulling things in and out of the envelopes. So this has been my answer. Uh, so I just wanted to share that that's my solution. I'm making good. So you're going to see me pull from my odds and ends, my scraps from this dish. And any dish will work. Any piece will work. You don't have to run out and buy Pyrex or anything. Find something that's in your kitchen or somewhere around and make use of it this way. I just find it, excuse me, easier to sort through and select when I'm working. And oftentimes, if I'm sitting down to do something, it's going to be for a period of time. So it's better to have these selected or out like this rather than me have to go in and out. I do store them in a plastic bag or in I have a kit, a box, an art bin box for these because I'm working on some projects for them. So that's my bit of advice. The only other thing, I'm not using anything special, I don't think tonight. I have my inks, my adhesive, I have some foam squares handy. I do have my shimmer pens here, but I'm not sure where I'm going to go with that. And I had already cut these things out, and I think I'm just going to make do with them. I might have to move this off to the side here so you can still see. I'm glad you guys like it. I like to use what I have when at all possible, and it just worked. So, of course, if I could have one for each project that I have going on, that would be beneficial, but that's not the case. So, there is this one's a rectangular one too. I have an oval one that's divided that I use sometimes too, but I really like the rectangular one. I find myself emptying it out or trying to empty it out quickly. All right, so my idea for this layout is it's fall, and I took pictures yesterday and meant to have them printed this evening. But in this move and remove that I'm doing here, pack and unpack, I don't have my paper for my Canon selfie. It's hidden somewhere. So I'm going to design it because I know exactly what I took the pictures for, and that's just 3 vertical fall shots from our farm going across the top. So this is a piece of solid, and I've cut it. I think the original size, what was it? 6.5 by 12. And then I used one of my border punches. This was, I think, spring leaves to just do a decorative. I thought it kind of looked like falling leaves. And then this is from the solids pack, as I said, and this is a sheet from the decorative edge, or from the decorative, the collection. So my goal is to create some kind of a border using my leftover embellishments down here. A sweeping, kind of florally, leafy, with some fruit in it somehow. My pictures I will mat, and then they will come above this, but I'm not going to put anything there until I have the pictures ready to go. So if you can just envision that there will be 3 vertical They're probably going to be 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 photos across the top here. That'll be good. The title and everything too, I'm thinking will be up top, and we'll probably have a little journaling, the journaling block or journal. I might have a little file folder thing come in underneath the photos on the top here. So that's my plan, and it's really the only plan that I have for tonight. So wish me luck. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my ink here and dull this up a little bit and spread it out. I'm going on top, and I am doing this on top of my craft sheet, so I can just wipe it up with a wipe afterwards, but this way I can get inside those little holes. And I'm sorry, the camera's probably moving each time I pounce here. So I'm just going to try to spread this out a little bit into the main part, even though probably I just don't want it to appear like there's a line there. Now it looks like a bomb went off there or a tornado struck something. Just bring that up a little bit, and then I will do the edges also. And that's personal preference. You do not need to do that. You guys know inking is just something that I do, and just making it look a little bit more rustic. White core paper, I don't know, sometimes it just drives me nuts sometimes. The other thing I want to point out, before we go any further, this collection, some of the newer collections, I don't think they all have them, but some of the newer collections, make sure you are checking the bar strips, the barcode strips. They are great for use as little strips for cards or wonderful little things, sometimes just fill-ins. So you have the stripes here, this one. There's one that has, well, from Summer Porch, there's one that has crabs on it. This one, here. See the bees coming down through the bottom? They're perfect little elements for cards and things. Hoping I have some of those today to use, but I might not. So we're going to ink this up, and this may not be visible on my page. It may be, but it may not be. But it's going to be my focal point, not focal point, my line that I'm going to use to formulate this leaf, this flourishing kind of bouquet, so to speak. So I'm just going to look for, going to try to make a center here. So we'll see. And this is both packs of the laser cuts are in this selection. So kind of like with any wreath setting that you do, you know, or that I do, not everybody does it, but there is a kind of like a focal point or a center, like where you would put a bow, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on this. And I think, do I have an issue on this? I do. Something's going on with my, I'm not going to use that. Something's going on with that that refill. So we're just going to pull a little bit of adhesive in the center. I am going to tuck some things on the top, so I'm not going to put adhesive all the way to the top. Yes, ribbons for sure. Oval one, yeah. You might have to take it, Cherry. Oh my gosh. Don't. Oh gosh, don't tell her I gave you the idea. All right, so we're going to put the ribbon down here, and I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch from the top there. I really wish that one was good to go. Maybe this one will work. My old Herma dispenser, which is ancient, my goodness. So about 1/4 of an inch up, and it's perfect. You can add lace in underneath there, all kinds of extra things to give it a little flow. I'm just going to put these right here and create just a little bit of a wreath. Not a wreath, a bow. What are they? What is that when we do? Oh, goodness gracious. You know what I mean? Like a garlandy kind of thing. That might be a better word. But I do want to glance at the packs here and see if there is anything else longer. I think I could put this spray. That's the word. A spray. See, it just takes a minute and it comes to you. Comes to me. Usually it's 3 a.m. when that happens, but there's a piece. Anything to kind of make this to longer, to bring it out a little bit further. That's what I'm looking for. Sometimes we have the rope borders, or they're really great at adding lace sheets on as well. Here's a great piece of lace. And here are the cutouts. I think I have one of these here. We could use that on there somewhere. Let's lay that. Maybe it would go up here. That is the torn portion of like a tablet, and that's not really visible there. So we're going to go ahead and do some ink just to make that a little bit darker. And even though I said I wasn't going to do anything at the top there, as you can see, I'm doing things at the top. So I should just play and forget about it. But we can slide that in there or at the top of the photo, whenever it is there. And let's see here. Oh, we have some, yeah, here we go. These, first time I looked at these, I thought they were corn stalks, but you've got one going both ways. So we can, they'd be great for doing corner pieces, but we're just going to do it across the top here. See what else we can find here. Some elements falling out. So we're going to slide those into our tray. See how that works? You thought I planned everything. Normally I don't. Oh, here we go. Our fruits. Butterflies. Here's some big leaves. Oh, look at this one. These have, with this collection, or with these collections, and with a lot of the other collections across the industry, they have clusters. They've really started to do clusters, and they are absolutely wonderful just for something like this. When you need a fill-in, something to fill in that goes with it, and you're not putting a lot of extra little pieces in there. So I'm just throwing some things down here, and then we'll get to work putting it all together. There's a loose little leaf. This one is the wildflower set, element set, and it has fruit, a lot of apples, persimmon, cherries. I think there's a great apple here. There's a butterfly coming out. Fruit branch, and there are some bees. I did not take pictures of fruit trees today, but I will have some from the farm orchard here in the coming days. So I'll save those probably for that, but we're going to go ahead and pop a bee here. And I'll put this in the tray. So it will be good to go. Here's another yellow leaf. That apple's coming out. And who knows, I may plop an apple just right in the center as a focal point. I'm not really worrying too much about it. We'll go with what we need to do. Okay, so here's the mess. Let's start playing with this. Oh, is there another of those? I'm really, I have not let completely go of my formality. So if I have a branch on one side, I find myself looking for a branch that looks similar to take it out the other side, or to do on the other side to balance it. But please don't. Oh, there is that. That'll come in super handy. Harvest Happiness. That might just be my title. But I do find myself leaning towards that. So I don't think there's a duplicate branch like that, but there is another duplicate here. These lasers are my absolute favorite. I love the weight, and I love the fact that they are ready to use pretty much. They pop out quite easily, and oops, except for me whenever I tear them apart before they're there. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We have the oak leaves down here. I'm going to just start spreading these out. So I have a large like this, and just envision, this is how I plan, just envision a line going through here. And all of the stems are going to match into, or go into, blend into that particular line. Some going up, some going down. And I'm layering here to see which is going to go on top, which is going to go on bottom, and aiming for a center focal point here. This looks like walking stick. So that's going to balance out. The method to my madness. See how that border we probably won't even end up seeing. But these are both going the same way. And usually I combine a mixed chipboard in, like here is a chipboard oak leaf, but I don't think I'm going to do that with this one. Instead, we're just going to layer this right in here to get a little bit of a change. We might just put this right down through the center. Maybe not. Slide this one over. Now you can see the dilemma that I create for myself. Kind of looks messy at the moment. So let's see here. We've got our butterflies. That's going to cover those stems and things up nicely. And I really don't want anything to stand out, so I'm okay with it kind of blending in. So now what I will do, and I'll come back, this is again just the foundation, so I'll come back and then add if I want to put a butterfly or the bee or something like that on it. I'll do that last. So what I'll do next is take things off top to bottom so I know which pieces have to go down first, and then make the decision how I'm going to. Hi Cheryl, you like the tablet on top, thank you. It will move up just a little bit further because this ends up only being about 5 inches here, so I will have another the photos, it'll be solid photos across the top here, so this will go underneath the photos in that regard. So how do you guys, have you used the lasers? Have you made the clusters like this? The collages, do you like it? Is it something that you're interested in doing or not really? Is it too much? I'm only going to have 3 photos on this page. I know some of us like to do a whole lot more than that, and I do too. I mean, I've put 11, 12 photos on a page, so on a double page layout. So I'm also not elevating these, adding texture. That is another fun thing that I like to do. You guys have seen me do that with the cards and so forth, but I'm not going to do that with this one. I'm just going to layer right on top, and I kind of want to pull this so that it overlaps, so it makes it look like it's real life, where branches, you know, intertwine with one another. Layering that over top. I did not ink these, but I will come back and add some shimmer to them also. And again, I'm trying to do, I'm not going to get real elaborate with this. I'm trying to just show you a little bit with this collection, and then hopefully you'll be able to play a little bit. So this part of it is going to go over top of the photo. So I'm only going to put adhesive along the bottom here so that I can get the photos underneath whenever I add them. Show Kemp, how are you doing? All right, let's do the same thing with the right side, and my butterflies are going to be up on the top there. I'm just going to pull the oak leaves down here, and we're going to put this one down first. So the secret is, for me, my secret is that I, just like in regular floral arranging and so forth, I get the stems going in one direction, and then I plan how to cover them up. Oops, I put adhesive up on top here. I don't want adhesive up there because that's going to be over the photo. Silly me. And then the corkscrew. I believe this is walking stick. It's like a tree shrub that has the greatest. They are great for floral designing. They just go everywhere, and it's like a branch that you can use and really create some neat designs. So that one is a little bit odd, but it's going down there. Let's see here. The oak leaf will be here. Can I put this in underneath? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and put this oak leaf down. Now on a page layout, when I'm doing cards, I usually try to get as much of the flyaway loose ends down as I possibly can. But on a page like this, usually it's going to be in a protective sleeve or in an area like that, so there's not going to be much movement. So I worry less about making sure that all the little flyaway pieces are adhered completely, just because they're not going to be handled as much. Now that's my case. If your pages are pulled out frequently, then you might want to think about that and make sure that you have everything secured the way it should be, so that it's not torn off or torn off whenever the pages come out or pulled out. Just something to think about. Sometimes, I mean, my interactive pages that I do, the kids or family will pull them out, but generally they don't pull out the every page. Hope that makes sense. I'm going to slide a green one in here, I think. Let's see if I can find anything else. I have this yellow branch that was there. But let's look. Yep, I need something right there. Oh, there are these that will work. A little bright. Can hardly see that border too that I punched underneath there, but that's part of it. It's part of the collaging, the assemblage. What is that word? Assemblage? Do that a lot in the junk journaling kind of things. Here's a pretty color. Trying to get a different color in there. Sometimes I'll just plant that in there, you know, like this, like so, and build it out that way. That's what we're going to do. I use way too many of the leaves. I'm just going to say that in my collaging like this, and I always run out. So I was really excited to see the stamp and thinlet sets that were just released with Sissics, and they're not going to be the same as having, you know, the shapes pre-cut like this, but it will be kind of nice to have them ready to go if we need. I'm just going to lay that one right on top there because it will be covered up. And just like the pictures that I got yesterday of our woods, you know, there is nothing more therapeutic, I just got to say that, for me, than taking a walk in the woods. And yesterday was the day to do that. We're having some timbering, or prepping for some timbering. So I walked through our mountain ground with our forester. Didn't walk through, four-wheeler. And the colors, they're not fully there yet, but they were remarkable and quiet and peaceful, all the above. So the butterfly assemblage can go here. Let's look at some other options. We've got scarecrows that can go here. We can put a medallion piece here, which is kind of fun. Look at that. Again, I don't have real plans for what this is here. This is another option that I really like. Right down through the center there. That might be, see how plants change? See how quickly they change? So I really like having thankful there though. I think that is a great, and that serves as my title for the page. I don't have to have anything up on top. And here is a little leaf collection here that'll help me cover up. Let's see what this looks like. See how that changes? What do you guys think? Thankful? Do we like that idea? Instead of the assemblage, the butterfly, I could put the butterfly down too. It's going to be busy. And then put the thankful through the center. That might work. What do you guys think? Let me know. You like thankful? Sherry, the lasers are They're my new favorite thing. I can't lie. But they're not very new, if you know what I mean. Here is, and these are from the ephemera set. So we have the big titles in here. And with this collection, they are just, it's perfect. And this is just coming right out of my head. I have no family. It's just perfect. Um, Now I'm going to have to get another collection back so that I can do a page like this for everything. And I forgot I have these photo things too that we can use to mount the photos on that will work well with this as well. So, all right, let's get back to, let me keep focused here. I used so many of these elements from the ephemera pack on cards, but I think we'll put this down and just put thankful here. That's what I'm going to do. And then I will do more with the other pieces. Now let me see. I think I like it the way it is. I can put well, there is a butterfly there, but I could, nope, less is more. All right, I am going to put, am I? No, I am not. I'm just going to put wet adhesive on the bottom half of this so that it sticks. And the top part of it will overlap the photos going underneath. So it will be loose. I don't want it to stick. But I can put, after the photos go down, I can put foam squares underneath them to elevate them, to keep them so that they don't get caught whenever we're moving them in and out of the pages. I am going to ink this up. You like with the butterflies and the thankful. Thank you, Sherry. I'm going with that. I don't use this is terrible. I do not use, applaud to you, those of you that do, but I do not use my Cricut or my digital cutter to cut titles. I love when these are included in the kits and they're ready to go. So I'm just going to put my very addicting foam squares on and elevate this. I should probably stick them. No, sometimes I'll do, if I'm not sure if I'm going to put anything else, slide anything else underneath them, I will place the foam squares pretty much just in the center. But I think I have this pretty much where it is going to go. So we're just going to make sure there is enough squares positioned to keep things from falling in, and that should be good to go. Slide that here. I like that. And you can do this. This one's really simple, and it's probably not the traditional layout that you see with the 49 Market samples and things. But I like to apply everyday use, make it easy to use with little thought. Just make it easy. So a really simple layout to start, and just decide where your focal point's going to be with your photos and build around that. And foam squares on thankful. I can put a heart in here, if I wanted to somewhere, but I really just like it the way it is. So the only thing I'm going to do is take my clear shimmer pen, because this is my other addiction. I shouldn't say that word probably. I'll probably get banned or something. but this is my new obsession. It's not new. I have used these markers in forever, but mine had all really dried up. I kind of forgot about them. And this, I'm loving them. So it's just adding a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of highlight, like there's dew on the leaves, something like that. And butterflies have that shiny, iridescent coating to them. I do know what that's called, but do you think I can remember right now? Absolutely not. Just come in here, and if you have any other colors of the shimmer, pens, use them. It just brings the color out a little bit more, makes things stand out. So that's it. If you can picture the 3 vertical photos across the top, and I was going to use Harvest Happiness here too, but we'll set that aside for maybe a card. So 3 vertical photos across the top, another piece of paper there, and the torn page here, and probably the journaling block will go here. I may put it here now that we have the title down below. So you can let me know what you think. That is the page layout for Orchard. And I'm going to just slide this under here so I know that's going to stay with this page. Okay, let's go to, what else did I say I was going to do? Cards. Did my camera just move? Yeah. All right. So these are leftovers again, and they are A2s. And I think I'm going to cut one of these. This is the cover sheet. Beautiful page in the back. I almost used that for my layout. So you really have to decide whether or not you need this page before you cut into this. But I really enjoy using these little squares on cards. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the top bar off of this one. And when I do cards like this with my scraps, I do not necessarily add a greeting to them. You guys know I do a lot of thank you cards and so forth, and I really like to have things available, just blanks available, seasonal blanks available, so that I can just add the greeting that I need for that card. Sometimes it's not a greeting, sometimes it's to be used just as a note card. In any case, I like to just create the bases and then add that afterwards. So I'm just cutting these squares down. I think they're 2, what are they? 2.5 by 2.5 from the top portion there of the paper pack from the marketing side. In the collection also, let me pull it out here, are I might have used them actually. Did I use them already? No, I didn't. There are journaling cards. You have 4x6, 4x6, and then the 3x4s, 3x4s. These are great starts too for cards. And for example, here is Be You, Be Sweet, just with the B in the middle. And here's another one. This is the butterfly down at the bottom here with the chipboard accents, and then the butterfly laser cuts added, and just a paper scrap. Do we have another one here that is easy? Here's the 4x6 cut down to a 4.5 by, or 4 by 5.5, I think. 3 3/4 by 5, I think it is, with some decorations on. So lots of options to do with that, unless you're using them for pocket scrapbooking, you know, anything along those lines. So let's see what I can do here with this. Just inking these elements up, and this is literally the way I do a card. Literally. Look at the scraps and go from there. There's not much more to it. And again, I shouldn't say that. I should clarify. If I am doing blank cards like this for use, you know, later, this is what I will do. I don't have ribbon handy, so I'm not going to add ribbon. But when I pull through, so awesome. And let's see if there are any lasers that I can slide. I can do just a butterfly. Here are these circles. I wanted to look at them. Here, this one works too. Best ever. Real simple, like that. But sometimes I don't want that greeting. I need to remind myself of that. These are awesome too. When you have just to layer, use it as a backdrop. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this down. I'm feeling good about it. Doesn't that sound fun? Becky Ward, hi. Happy Friday. Let's see if, and this is from the ephemera collection, just so I'm keeping track here. That is kind of, might like the red. Might like that red, pulling that out. So let's see here. Nope, we like that. And they're great journal boxes, journaling boxes. They're great shadow thingies like this too. That has a pear on it. So let's carry that theme through. See if I can carry that through. There's an apple. See, if I were taking this in and out of an envelope, I would be going crazy. Right now, things would be everywhere. Just a leaf, branch. Collecting memories. Oh, happy day. Thought there was a pair in here. Maybe I used them all. Apple. Here it is. In the tray, and this is, all right, we have that down. Let's ink this. I'm just going to go ahead, and if I play too long, I end up not putting things down. This is temporary adhesive, so I can pull it up, and we're going to put this right in the center. This might be fun if it were decorative, if the edge were decorative, but I'm not going to take the time to do it right now. I am going to put foam squares on this outside edge though, just to give it a little bit of oomph. It doesn't want to come off. And then let's set this aside here. Love the most, so thankful. Create another little collage scenario here and just put this right across the center. Maybe. With a butterfly on top. That's what we'll do. Okay. So let's go ahead and put our leaf down here. And again, I mean, I find myself looking for a phrase right here because I'm demonstrating and I think I should finish the card, but this is putting just enough on here that I can add a phrase or greeting later. It's just that easy. And I'm putting foam squares underneath here because of the layered pieces underneath there. The leaves are not adhering. So we'll go ahead and this apple is going to need a foam square down here in the bottom. I do things backwards sometimes for those of you that haven't seen me do that. I'll put the foam square on in the location that I need to put the element and then build from there. So I'm going to let it go like that, but you saw we could put so thankful right here with a butterfly or a bee or a heart, something right here. That works for me. Any stamped image that you have, you can add there too. I'm not trying to win any awards or anything, so it's all good. With that, we've got butterflies. We have bees that can serve as, you know, fill in there. And here are these. That's kind of cool right there. Let's just make this card. I'm going to stop fighting it and just do this. Okay. Fall days. And we'll put our butterfly on the top here. Make it 3D. There is an apple. I see that right there. I thought I had a pear, but I guess I don't. That's persimmon, I think, or apricots. But now I am going to, let's see if I can find my enamels. What did I do with them? I'm not sure. Here they are. And I like these because I can lay them over top and see where they need to go or where I want them to go. And that will help. Let's go ahead and put the bee on also. On the wings. Oh, this earring has been doing this all day. Thanks, Becky. And I think that'll be good. I don't think I need to put on the bottom. Maybe I do. Second guessing. So can you think of anything else with this collection that we could do? Gift bags with maybe muffins or a thank you gift if for anyone that's going to Thanksgiving dinner. Recipe. I am getting ready to start a recipe project book, and that is high up on my list. So the enamels, I really like to be over here a little bit further. All right. I can put a heart right in here. I think I just need a circle on there. We're going to try the orange here. And another fun thing that I like to do is just, you know, put circle enamels. If I wouldn't be using here, I might put 3 across the bottom or 2 right here, anything to just kind of draw things, you know, attention to that area. And then to, again, make it attractive, or just make the colors a little bit more vibrant, I just use my clear shimmer. I do have these in Saturday. There will be a few of these with the refills in the set. So that makes that a little shiny. We put some on the B. And then on the pears on the bottom. And that is, again, just using one of the squares from the kit. And we can mimic the card too. Let's see if we can do another one here. Maybe horizontal. Don't have the elements. Here's an apple. This one has a bird in it on it though. So, and that's another thing. I'll try to, you know, let the paper or the element tell me. So the bird and leaf is here. So if I can find those elements anywhere, I'll use them. There's that goofy pear. I knew it was here somewhere. That just means we'll put it on another card. So here is the little postage portion there has a rust branch on it, but here's a yellow one, and here's a bird. So it's just the opposite, but it's there. We could put border here, we could add ribbon to it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be stubborn tonight. So, so we did the page layout with the collage. Here's a second card, and I forget what else I maybe said that I would do, but I think we're almost at an hour, so I'm not going to take up more of anyone else's Friday night. We'll look to see you tomorrow night around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. There will be some additional things post yet tomorrow, so keep an eye out for them. And the commenting for this prize will be on until the end of the sale. So this will not be deleted. So you can come back and replay, and if you have the collection, you know, and you want to try to play with it or do any of these things that I've done, you can definitely do that. We're just going to add this on. And again, I'm not going to I did put a message on this one, but I'm not going to do it on this one. It'll be a simple thank you card. Maybe one of you will get it with your door prize or your order. It'll go that way. And the bird we'll put right here. Plain and simple, but it works. Lots of room to put. Let's see, these even work here. I could put this on the bottom too. So from the ephemera pack, using some of those, and there's lots of things. We can really embellish these things up, tuck things in, make more collagey things. There's lots of options with that, but you can also just keep it short and sweet too. Very simple. So there you have it. We'll get those onto cards and we'll be good to go. So hope you enjoyed. Let's take a look. We'll bring that page back in here so you can see. I really think this is one of my favorites. I am so glad for your input on this. So much fun to make, and once I get my pictures printed and on here, I will definitely share them with you. Debbie Schultz, no worries. You can watch the replay here. I hope you're feeling better. And again, just remember, guys, this is plain and simple. This is, and that's what this was meant to be tonight, just to share. I have, and I didn't say this at the beginning, but I have heard from a lot of members and just customers in general that they're fearful of using these collections because they've seen finished works and they've not done that kind of assemblage or collecting of things, collaging. So to do something like this, I think makes it a little bit simpler. Again, we're going to put photos across the top. And then just to see how easy it is to take the scraps and fill them in this way, that's good too. You can make them as, you can fill them with embellishments as much as you want to or not. And that is probably the biggest lesson in all of it, is to not think that you have to do what everyone else does. Just play with it on your own and go from there. So that's it, guys. Happy Friday. Comment away for the prize. Did I share with you? Yes, we're doing one of the Creative Memories trays as a gift or as a prize, and we'll do those things will be drawn Sunday night. So go find your dishes to fill them up with scraps, and just have a good restful Friday evening. Get some crafting done if you can, and enjoy. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks very much, Debbie. Oh gosh, you still feel miserable. I am so sorry. Feel better. Feel better. Thanks, Sherry. Appreciate it. Thanks, Becky. Well, don't feel pressured, Sherry. You can, there's lots to choose from. I think we're going to have to crop or just play with the rest of these. That's what I'd like to challenge myself one night over on the VIP group. Just pull a collection like this with my tray of goodies and just crop as long as I can until as much of it is gone as possible. Do you think? We have a lot more to do before we can get that done. But anyway, thankful for all of you guys, and I will see everybody hopefully tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in.